you have much contact with the Ultimate Warrior when you were in WWE?
Yeah, you know, I was there when he first came into, he'd done 4 weeks for, his photos were sent to me for in Puerto Rico, and then I'd come mainland then, and he'd work for Jerry Jarrett. Jerry just hit them for 6 weeks there, and that, because there were two big kids, you know. Sting then was about 270, and the Ultimate Warrior was 285. They were big. And they were in Bill Watts' territory. And I still remember this. They pushed him. Bill Watts, he owned UWF. A lot of people in old school remember him and that. He had retired so many times and that, but when someone big came in the territory, he would get on and do colour with the broadcaster, do colour and help get them over. Then he'd put his boots back on and come and beat them in the ring. And this night he's working with them. They're called the Blade Runners. This was Sting and the Ultimate Warrior. You know, and this night there was another gentleman who was dead now too. He's dead. I just can't think of his name now. He was Bill Watts' partner, and
Leroy McGurk?
No. He stole the territory. Bill Watts said from him. Anyhow, that's another story. Anyhow, this night Bill Watts made the comeback and that, and they didn't know how to feed the babyface. Bill Watts came back in the dressing room, and he used to rip people down just like Oldie. He wouldn't pull them into the office. He would tell them in broad daylight. He says to the Ultimate Warrior and Sting, "See this fist? When I'm in the ring and making a comeback, you feed me." And then he says, "You remember this. This is the hand that writes your bloody check." I still remember that saying. Who was? He was like that. Where were we there? There was anyhow, the Ultimate Warrior went to the Von Erichs then, and then he came into Vince, and Vince used him for a year, first match, running him every night before you ever saw him on television. Then when he first put him on television, they put the what's the name, Bill? Honky Tonk was a good friend of mine and of yours, and that he told him how he wanted it and that, and he won the belt in a few minutes, in a few seconds of that, and he became the new Continental Champion. That's when the Continental belt meant a lot in that. But the Ultimate Warrior was a Mr. Atlanta. He was a chiropractor. But if anyone got hurt or dislocated, he would never help them. He said, if I help anyone put a joint back in, he says, I'll be doing it for everybody. So he wouldn't help anybody.